Welcome in! This is a past life pick a card, but it's deliberately past lives that you've had with them. So you can choose who them is for you. You can, this is a cool message, I hadn't thought of this. You can also change the them halfway through the reading. Okay, that will only be for some, but that's cool that that came through already. So first I'm gonna draw on each pile's, I almost called it a letter then. I guess this is a little like an intuitive letter to you. Maybe this is like from the past life. Okay, I like that. I'll channel the past lives that you and they had together. And it's a message or it's energy from them to you. Okay, cool. So first I'll draw and see what messages come through with that, and then I'll do cards. Probably after, but maybe during, we'll see. Everything is done as feels during the readings. Okay, so pile number 1, 2, and 3. See you at your piles. Oh yeah, and this may be clear, but if you want to choose multiple people and you're drawn to multiple piles, then you can use them as the same being, same soul that you have in mind, or you can choose multiple new beings, new souls. Or old souls, but new understandings of them. Okay, that was a weird energy. Okay. Pile number 1. Welcome in. I'm already being drawn to the flowers on this. There feels like a very divine spark of like triangular higher. I heard protection. Oh, okay. I'm feeling drawn to my small pencil for you. Oh, I feel like for a lot of you, you were small beings. Like, compared to your size now, you were very small. Like, for example, fairies, and that fit with the being drawn to the flowers. But it's almost like I'm not being drawn to every flower, only a single one. And that's not really to do with these flowers themselves. It's like I'm being drawn to one, but it doesn't really matter which one I'm drawn to, it's just one. I feel like you and they had a very... Oh, they're telling me to draw it on the front. Okay, I was intending to draw on the back. The flowers feel significant. Some of you would resonate with being pollinators. But it's like you're only choosing, or it's like you're choosing to bring it home to one flower. I feel like you and them, I heard you owned a flower. And this flower imagery, I see it going many ways for a lot of you. It's, okay, I need to draw what I'm seeing already. Oh, that's kind of annoying, isn't it? There's like a shade. Is it better with light? Yeah, it feels like there's so much lightness coming down. Okay, let's see if it's better with a light on. I feel like it's better with natural light. Oh, this is gonna annoy me. Maybe, shall I try drawing left-handed? I probably won't do this for the other piles, but this feels significant for you too. It's like you were one another's hands. You felt like you were either in the same body together during this life, or you were so close that I'm not really seeing two individuals. I'm only seeing one right now. It could also be, this could be it strongly actually, for a lot of you, the flower. And again, I'm seeing this like a two-part. I'm seeing some of you, it's very, very galactic, or it's not galactic. It doesn't give me space vibes. It gives me like just ethereal, more like angelic realm, very like crystalline feeling. And it's like they're the entire building, or you and them are very dedicated towards that entire building. And then with the more grounded version, it's like you both are very dedicated to this one flower, this one home, or one of you is that home, that flower, and the other is, it's like a partnership between you. Either way, I'm not seeing two beings very clearly. It feels like a detached sort of relationship where there's like a lot of understanding that flows between you both, but it feels kind of unmoving, or like one of you is that. I heard the creator. One of you is the creator, and one of you understands that creator, serves that creator. Okay. Will I be able to draw this left-handed? Yeah, I feel like it will only come through if I do it left-handed. It's like, it's a very purposeful lifetime. You may find that you and this connection feel like you both know where each other stands within this lifetime, and that is a strong correlation to this past life of yours, or parallel life, or future life, however you want to see it. It feels like the purpose is, oh, see, this just looks like the flower. Like, this is the flower, or that building, that being. See, there's like I'm gonna say this is, one of them is the core, and one of you is like the worker bee, one of you is the fairy, the pollinator. But you can take pollinator as very metaphorical if you're seeing this as in a like more out of this realm, out of this world. There's like a duty, but it doesn't have to be duty in the way that is perceived within what you're commonly seeing as this lifetime. But there's an essence of this that definitely flows within the life and experience you have, not just with this being, with this soul, but it's like you have this exact same mentality, I'm hearing, to do with, like, this could be to do with a career. There's a sense of like uninhibited dedication. And when I say uninhibited, it's kind of like I'm seeing a sort of duty, a sense of this is what I do. Notice I'm not saying like this is what I'm here to do. It's just this is what I do. There's like no question. Something that I heard that you've been trained for. So this lifetime could almost have been a bit like a simulation. Like it was a very joyful experience, I see, but it's not like over the top. It's very sixth housey, like every day you do the same thing, but it's new every day. It's a new like tingle of the essence of how reality is always changing each day, and so the experience of the same thing, quote unquote same thing, is always going to be different, but it's very slight. It's like you enjoy this one thing that you do, and you do it over and over again. It's a very enjoying serving, because I keep seeing you as the I guess I didn't mention that. I keep seeing you as the pollinator one. Or yeah, I'm seeing pollinator again. I know I already said this, but as very metaphorical. Some of you could resonate with being like Akashic record keepers, or some sort of like saver, like it's like you're not doing a huge task. It's like you're keeping something up, like you're the maintainer of something. You keep the cycle continuing, but it's not something that is like hugely noticed. It's like you go about your day enjoying the same task. That's it, full stop. Enjoying the same thing over and over again. And it's like you never question it. It's just something that feels right. Okay, I want to get more into how they feel, because when I tap into their energy now, it feels a lot larger. Like I heard they're in control of many more. I'm also seeing like this could even be an entire forest, and you could be, now I'm getting like an image of like an elf. It's like you're tending to the forest, or a nymph, or some sort of creature where you help sustain something. You help sustain something that you, I kind of hear like long for, but it's not like a longing out of you don't have this. It's just something that you feel drawn to, but it's a very subtle kind of draw. It does feel sensual, but not overly sensual. Or it's not like a deep sort of sensual, it's more like a flowery sort of sensual. What is deep? And now I'm tapping into that. I feel like I could be taken into it, and it's like petals, it's like layers upon layers upon layers. It's like you can keep going further and further. But it's like you carry that essence of continuous infinite depth within this day to day. It's like that's why it's so satisfying to you, because it's not as simple as it seems. And I think that's the same with the tasks that you're doing, because I see this as very like physical too. It's like not just an energetic sort of imprint, it's very much you're doing something. It's not mental, it's physical. But what goes through that physicality and your input to this greater whole. Oh yeah, I didn't finish saying, I think, like you this other example was that you're a creature that tends to the entire forest. And so this soul that you're connecting to, this soul that you've intended this reading to be about, it feels like they would embody the entire forest. And in this lifetime together, you were one of the many that were a part of that, or were helping it. It has a feeling of underling, but it's not out of wrongness or forcefulness. I don't know, it's like it is that you're under, but it's never questioned that even could be better or worse. It just is. Where was I going with the other one? So it was like every task that you do, every physical action that you take part in, it's not like overly enjoyed either. It's just a subtle sort of, this is life. But there is so much depth that goes into it, like that message of the sensual depth that can just, like petals and petals and petals, go deeper, 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 kind of get a bit trippy, and like my mind is seeing loads and loads of circles. They don't want me to draw it. They see, I don't feel them talking to me right now, but I feel like they move my body, and this is you. But it feels like I'm talking to your collective. I guess that it's not just one soul, the collective of all of you. It's like an innate sort of guidance. You show me the way, and just like you're showing me the way, like I knew not to draw that, not because I heard it clairaudiently, but because it's like you made it very apparent with your energy. It's that energy of protection that I said at the start by accident. Well, not by accident, but it came through, the word protection or protector. You are very much a protector of this greater whole. And you have that energy of protection in this lifetime. It might not be apparent too. It's like, it's making me think of Pluto in 12th house. I don't think that's a very strong one, but looking at your Pluto Pluto in Cancer is coming through also. There's like a nurturing sort of protection, sort of power, and it's unsuspecting. It's like I can see a lot of you having a very light-hearted, pure sort of demeanor, and then if anything like oversteps, it's like that entire demeanor gets flipped on its head, and there's like a fierce fight. It's not. I am seeing like literal flames around an aura, like, or of an aura, but it's not even just the aura. It's like the actual body changes. I think that this could be a lifetime where your body could manifest itself in different forms, but I'm not seeing it like that's the essence of the creature. It's not like a magician changing forms. I'm trying to think of a creature that does that naturally, but I can't think of any. It's like this one form that you have is two-part. It's twofold. It's reminding me of from Moana. Tefiti is like a mountain goddess, and she's all green and flourishing, but then the other part of her without the heart. But I don't want to say it's like you lose your heart. It's like from your heart, from your deep connection. Like it's not like deep connection even. It's like you're just intertwined, you and this thing that you protect, you and them, this soul, this connection that you protect, this interconnectedness, this knowing that you're here to protect it, or that you just do protect it here. I prefer that. Because it doesn't feel like the lifetime was intended for that lesson of protection. It doesn't feel like that's something you were learning. But it does feel like a sort of stepping stone. It feels like a lifetime that wasn't just purely for experience and like without understanding of why you were there. It feels like you wanted that in order to like brush up on your and energy skills in that area of what is it? It's like connection to a larger source. It's a certain type of feeding. You feed into it. Did I finish the thing about Tefiti? I don't think I did. She turns from like a mountain being green into a fire, like volcanic being, something like that. But it's still her, it's still the same one thing being, and she doesn't transform into, oh yeah, like Maui can change his form with his hook. He's another character in Moana who can change form into many creatures, but you're not like that. It's like Tefiti, where you're just one or the other. So it's like when threats are presented to this greater whole, this main part here, that's when you shift. For some of you it's just demeanor, but others of you it's literal form. Okay, they said we can go into the cards now. Cool. Yeah, that felt like it flipped energies. Like it started off as so like crystalline and light, and then it shifted into a powerful protection. Very, very service oriented. And I feel like I didn't finish saying that it felt so much like this was a part of this current lifetime of yours and this relationship you have with this soul. You may feel like a natural inclination to just give to them or to protect them. And it's not overpowering, or like it's a hard energy for me to describe because it feels so apparent, and yet I do keep saying it's like unnoticeable, or it's subtle, or it wouldn't be seen at first glance. It might not be seen at first glance, but there is a sort of, it's interesting. It's like you both play the role of the parent, because it's like you're the child who does protect the parent. But it's like because you're giving to this soul, to them, that gave me like a motherly feeling, like you're feeding them, but also that protective energy of you're defending them too. It's like you're the father of them too. And yet you came across like the child. Like so much smaller. Like playing in their playground. And yet it feels like they are what sustains you. So they too are the parent to you. Yet it feels like a very reciprocal relationship that you have both both in this lifetime and I meant this as in the past lifetime as well as this current lifetime you're experiencing with them. But it's not reciprocal in a normal way. It's like, yes, it's balanced, but not in an even way. Not in like a you get to and I get to. It's just that you naturally meld into the role that you're used to. I felt like I was trying to say that this was very balanced of a relationship, but that my channeling brain wanted to veer towards this not being of essence anymore. Like the reason why you might feel certain like power struggles or imbalances within your connection with them now is because you're playing the roles that you used to play as opposed to this current one. Like what was balanced then is no longer balanced now. And that wanted to flow more easily, so I do feel like that could be the case. Okay, so I want to get some cards. First one representing them within this past life and one representing you within this past life. And then we might get a couple more beneath. Well, I'll get those first two first. But I was going to say we might get a couple more for more of this lifetime. And then I'll get some other cards because these mostly probably don't have images on them. So pile number one's them within the past life. I got told which card it was, but it was like too late. It's like I had already put the other cards on top of it, and they knew that was going to happen. It was too late. It's giving me a bit of an energy of like it was too late to change. This is them within the past life. It was too late. They got shown something. It could have even been like you showed them something within this past life. Like you showed them that, say, a tidal wave was going to come and that they needed to protect this, I heard like extravagance of a being, this collective that they are. This library of sorts, whatever that may be of. This home. Yeah, it's because it's like they're the home. It's like they were told that they needed to protect it, or to not protect it, but to do something. But they acted too late. Or you told them too late, like you only noticed it. No, it feels like you knew for a while, but they didn't pay attention, like they didn't notice in time. It's given me the energy of like you prophesized something. You prophesized a downfall. This could also resonate with this lifetime, with your connection with them. Like you could see something coming a mile away, but they didn't listen. Or it's like you could help them in a way that would not just help them, but, well, it's yes, help them, but because of the sort of power they hold over so many others, it would help a whole collective for them to just help themselves. But it feels like something off about timing or off about not having listened. Okay, so they're coming through as Ishiga. And you? Ishiga is a character from a planet a planet called Halvalak. And the race that the primary race of beings that live there are called Valians, I believe. And Ishiga is very knowing and wise for his era, is what I heard. Okay, so they were wise for their era, but it wasn't enough. It's like they didn't see through the veil still. Because this whole planet is kind of under disguise. They don't see the truth outside of their own ways. It's giving me very like they held tradition well. It's like they were good at what they did. But then there came a time where the way things were being done was no longer nourishing, or it was no longer nourishing like a new breed. Okay, so you came through with Lishi. Lishi is, I want to call her the main mother of this creation of mine, the story. She's the mother of one of the main characters, and because the main characters of this story is a group who live very close to one of the main characters' mothers, Lishi, that family, she slightly kind of becomes like a parent to them all, or at least to more than just her own children. That's what I'm being brought to with the attention of. You were a mother to more than just your own children. And the way I'm seeing that again is kind of like you were a child yourself, but you were you were parenting this larger collective. Because you taking care of just this one, just the soul you're thinking about, them in this past life, or for some of you, you know who this is and it wasn't who you'd intended it to be. But this is the message coming through. Because of how much you mothered them, even though they weren't your responsibility. It's not like they weren't your responsibility, it's just... I'm getting nodded. Okay, yes. So they weren't your responsibility. It's like you took on more than your fair share. Or it's like they weren't even your... I'm getting a new like kind of storyline now of like that message of like there's just one flower at the start. It kind of feels like it was saying like you took care of like an entire field of flowers, and yet there was this one flower that guided all of your attention. Or this one flower, it's like instead of 50 beings looking after it, there was just you. Not because those 50 beings weren't available, but just simply because... I'm not sure, it's just that's how it played out. I'm gonna get a couple more cards to go on top. Let's get Shadowscape's Tarot. So regardless, going back to Ishiga, but I do want to note that your Lishi, it came out in reverse, and there's something significant about that. Like you weren't... The role you played wasn't the role that you were supposed to have in some way. Like, Ishiga is a child, but it's not Lishi's child. But this Lishi message is giving prominence over how she is a parent to many more, or just others who aren't her own. Okay, so what else about Ishiga? But Ishiga is like on the border. It's like, I remember now. One part of the story is that he suspects that everything is like in guise, that there's like a lot of deception going on, and he gets offered to see all of the truth, but he chooses not to, from a space of comfort. and acceptance of what is. So that's literally just that message I was saying before, is like, they could have taken your advice, but they didn't. And so they, within this entire collective, stayed ignorant to a greater happening. Okay. There could even be a little resentment that you feel towards them in this lifetime from this past life. Again, swapping out the word past for whatever you want to. So tell me more about Ishiga, their soul in this life. 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's like they didn't step towards what they saw coming. Okay, and you within this past life? I'm gonna turn it upside down. It's giving me the vibe of like you were supposed to be a maid or a caretaker, but you took on the role of the mother. Or it could also be like, with this message of you warned them, it's like that message of like a small prophet. Like you were a prophet too. Like you had more influence than you maybe should have, and maybe that is why they didn't listen, because you weren't supposed to be that role. King of Swords. Oh, that's strategy at its finest. Yeah, you saw something coming. It's like giving me like acts of war. Like you saw the battle coming and they didn't listen. It's like they could see it, but it's like they had the opportunity to see it, but they didn't want to look into it. They didn't listen to you. Why didn't they listen? Oof, I'm getting a lot of different adjectives come to my mind, and it feels like from you, the collective of you, but of this past life version of you. They were quite aggressive, quite harsh words, but they're all truthful. They like that. Okay. This kind of came out when 7 of Swords at the back with like deception and work. But this is giving me like all the strings. I heard strings of fate. And 5 of Swords behind that. You wanted to stay, they wanted to stay comfortable. And they didn't want to believe that what was needing to change needed to be changed. It's like they took the shortcut. They wanted to make it easier than what you knew needed to be done. It's like this owl, it's like you prophesized. I'm seeing you see it visually. And this is a combination of like intuition and like plain logic. It's like you could see it, but you couldn't, it's not just like a visual that you had, like an oracle, but it's like you had all the threads and trails. You could see exactly why it would happen. It's like, yes, you had this vision, but it was backed up by every piece of logic surrounding it. But I don't think they were willing to hear out that logic. Because Ichiga doesn't hear out any of the truth. He chooses that he doesn't want to hear the truth. But the reason why is 8 of Pentacles, because they didn't want to put the work in. But I feel like it's like it wanted to be in the middle, because it's saying that you saw all the steps that needed to be taken. And again, this is probably reflecting into this lifetime. And it is... is it? 2 of Wands in reverse. They just did not want to see what they were seeing. And I think it's because of how much they cherished what they had. They didn't want change. It's two-part. It's like they feared that they wouldn't make it, and so it's like they had an intuition of all that was to come too. It was not strong at all, but they did feel it. It's like a rumbling, uneasy knowing within them. I don't even want to say within them, it's like within their being, because they feel like such a large being that it's like it fluttered through the air. It's like whispers of a downfall kind of thing. It's like they had, let's put that there, shall we? It's like they had put up all these rocks, like they had balanced all these rocks, and like look how like precarious this like bridge thing looks. It looks like it could fall at any moment, but it's like that's what they had created. It's what they had created, and they had put so much love and of their soul. They had put their heart and soul into creating this home for everyone, into being this home. And some of them, it's like they didn't know how to change, but I think that's just what their minds would tell them, if they can have a mind. It's like I'm getting like crying from them. Like, how could I let go of that? But from a logical standpoint that you had, it was like your knowing was that they were going to have to let go of it either way. And one way, your way, enabled everyone to still flourish or get by. It would have been hard work, and there would have had to be a lot of changes made. It wouldn't have kept that same like nostalgic feeling of everything staying the same, but it would have prospered. It wouldn't have meant the death that had to come because of choosing to be ignorant. Okay, so that's that first part. Now I want to I was gonna get cards for how this plays out for you now, but I feel like that might be obvious, or I'm not feeling called to it now, so I'm just gonna wait a while and wonder. Yeah, I feel like that's the energy you're currently in. I'm shifting now. I can feel more normal humans listening. I do love the energy you had in this past life, though. Very, what do you call this? You had a strong personality. Okay, what cards do we want to get? Do we try some of these? Let's see if any of these cards want to come out. Talk to me about whatever between yours and their past life connection and how it plays out, or it's like I want something to do with the now. Coyote. It's kind of bringing back that deceptive energy of trickster, of that Seven of Swords, of not wanting to see the truth and wanting to play instead. It's like some sort of conscious deception. It's like they're purposefully choosing not to see the truth because playing is more comfortable because of the work that they'd have to do if they were to look at what is really to come. Yeah, Black Jaguar at the back of the deck is making me really feel that prophetic energy of seeing beyond, seeing seeing the truth. It's like Black Jaguar is so potent in its energy. It's non-ignorable, very seeing. But it's not seeing what is like apparent in front of you. It's seeing, I heard the reason why. And I wanted to say, and this feels like your energy, but that's not the truth. That's not how I feel. The energy is more like this is this is an energy that is available to anyone, and they just aren't choosing that. Because some of you may even feel like with this message of like you were the one to tell them, that might have played out in this lifetime, and there's a message of you didn't even have to be the one to tell them. They even without you, they still had every opportunity to see this and choose to see this themselves. They have that power too. So it's kind of like, then if you are one to shine a mirror on this for them, and then they still don't, it's like they have double, I heard like reason not to. They have double, I can't word that, like it makes it more apparent that they're choosing not to see it. Okay, that was a very cool reading. I think I will clean this off, and then I might get some closing messages for you, maybe moving forwards. Or I don't know, something else. It feels like there can be more. I'm curious how long this has been. 42 minutes. Felt like it sped. I'll leave that there. Sped by. I do like past life readings. I like going into whole worlds and stories, and then coming back out and being like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not living that life. Okay, what cards should we do? These ones. Blanc. That could be significant. Yeah, look, that looks like a lot of the energy of, yeah, and below that looks like like this is a tree. And I also saw for one of you, like the collective could have been a pond, but it wasn't like a normal water pond. I'm not sure how, it's like it was a part of the planet, or whatever planet you are on. It's like it was both beneath the surface of the planet and on the surface of the planet. And it looked like a pond, but I don't know that it would be. It's like there was no depth to it. It was just a single like circle or sphere, or like, I don't know, it was a pond shape. And though it looked like it was liquid, there was nothing below it. And it was also covered and also not covered. Yeah, the trees made me think of this energy. And also, then this looked a bit like a flower too, but like a designated flower. Hey, and a rose. What's this one that wants to pop out? This is giving me that energy of the circles, of the depth of connection you had with them in this lifetime. And that depth of connection flowed into every act of service that you did. I want to note again that it feels like something that flows into this life in a way that's not questioning. It's like you don't question that you're this giving. It just happens. And there wants to be a bit more of questioning. Okay, so what are the messages from this lifetime? But I kind of... Okay, I want to say about this lifetime, because that first part felt more like it was from the lifetime. Like I was going into it, but this time I want to more observe it. So about this lifetime and its connection with your lifetime now. Maybe more of like the purpose. It feels like it's because it's coming out now. The purpose of why we're viewing it now. I heard reviewing it. Review time. Hey, look, that looks like a tree. Can you see? Rhyme. And this, yes. See, this looks like a tree, but not an actual tree. Like a flower, but not an actual flower. It looks like a building, but one that isn't situated anywhere. It's just there. It just exists in its own dimension or its own reality. So, this tree, huh? It's like you were only supposed to be allowed into one entrance, and yet in order to deliver this message you had to go through another entrance, and you got told no at the gate. Or you got through, but because of the mask you were wearing, or because of like the shape of your body, because of who you were, what you were, you weren't listened to. And yet there's this knowing of what you held and the truth of it. And it's almost like they were glad that you were what you were and that you weren't supposed to be through this other exit, because that gave them reason to decline. Because they saw the truth in, like, there's this like sparkle of truth that it resonates within their being, and it terrifies them. But it almost doesn't feel... No, I'm being corrected, it does. Okay, I was almost going to say it doesn't feel terrifying, but it does. I think that just goes to show how much they didn't want to feel into that. Yeah, they were extremely resistant to this. Because it's almost an energy of like, they would have had to uproot the entire tree and move it elsewhere. But your mindset was, if that's what's got to be done, that will be done. That's what needs to be done. If the tree is gonna fall anyway, we should save it. Okay. I'm seeing in one case it's like the entire building then became like shot into space. Like, not space, but something where fragments of it got scattered. Well, some of you may even have a fragment of this. I think that's for like a very select few, and that object may have changed into something else by now, but it's like particles of it. If there's something that rings true, or that something came to mind when I said that, that might be the thing. Don't question it. Just feel it. It feels like on the right side of your body, like, or the right side, something about the right. Like, I'm being shown like a rectangular something. It's very clean feeling. Okay. Some of you have even eaten parts of this. If you ever had this is so cool. If you ever had like a particular meal or food that you just have never forgotten about, there was something special or unique about that time, or about that food that you ate, that could have been to do with this lifetime. and this home. I want to reiterate, like, fragments of it, fragments of this home were scattered. There's something particular about the word rubble. You may get a download or epiphany about that at a later time too, that word rubble. They're telling me not to take more. I was going to split the deck. You see, you know, you choose. You are because you are. You choose to know the truth. And that is an honor. It's not always easy to see the truth, but you choose to see the truth. And you're grateful because you do. You're grateful that so many other times where your own towers, your own trees, your own homes would have crumbled, you allowed them to continue on, not just for yourself, but this has nourished many more than you could ever count. You are a blessing. And in this reading, we want to bring focus to the blessing that is your resolve. Okay, that's it for your reading. The blessing of your resolve, or that is your resolve. That's very cool. Your resolve. Okay, pile number 1. That's been your past life reading from them and you, with them and you. I will see you in another, or I'll see you in another fragment. Maybe you'll be eating me next time. Or I'll be, what was the other one? Not eating. Maybe I'll be eating you. I can't think of the other one. Bye bye. Hey, look at what that ended on. This is like the most flowers in one card on this deck, I'm sure. There might be, there's like two. There's two very, very flowery cards, and this is one of them. And it looks very similar to this notebook. Just that the flowers are at the bottom. Okay. Welcome in, pile number 2. So we'll start by drawing and then we'll get some cards. Do I want to do the back? I'm getting a no, but it doesn't really matter. Like for the first pile, it mattered, but this pile, you feel like you and they were very focused. You had a goal within this lifetime, and yet it's kind of like your minds were extremely passionate when it came to this one thing, but anything else, it didn't really matter. Like, take it or leave it. You almost feel like you would have gone hungry from forgetting to eat because you didn't feel a need to eat. You were very satiated by this product is what I heard. Product. It's, yeah, so you were creating something, and there's like a sense of when, where, or why you don't know. Okay, so this was a very divinely led product. Okay, it definitely is a product. I'm getting for some of you that this is where you will resonate with this, with the term of this being a future life. And yet it wants to definitely be shared with you now. I'm getting quite an energy of frustration, and it goes with the very first energy I tapped into of your reading, which was feeling very directed. So as soon as I got your paper down, I saw this pencil. So I knew what object to use. I feel like for a lot of you in this past life, as soon as you saw one another, you knew that you would be together creating something. You knew that they were the one to create this product with you. Or will be. When you see them. And there's something where it's like things don't go, or things didn't go as planned. They didn't go as planned, but that was the plan. What do you mean they didn't go as planned? Nothing else matters except this product to you and them. You both felt like you could understand each other because of this single mindset you had. I'm getting shown 2 astrological charts where nothing about the charts are in harmony except for one placement on each of your charts. And that is just the draw, that is the glue that holds you together. But not just what like keeps you within partnership in this past life of yours together, it's what like maintains your sanity. Because this feels like a product that has never been heard of before. Yeah, regardless of if the product itself has been heard of before, the type within that category hasn't. There's something very ingenious about this, and one of the first things I said was your mind. I mentioned your mind, so it's it's clear that you have minds within this past life or within this lifetime. It feels like you don't know of anything else. So going back to a bit of that message of this one connection part between you both that kept you sane, it's like no one else would have believed that this is true, and had you not had each other, you both, it's like you either would have become so detached from society that you felt insane, or you would have forgotten or given up on this passion product of yours to give in to the fact that you already were insane, because this society doesn't feel like it respects this creation, this mindset. It feels like there's an element of magic to this. I really wanted to do sound healing, but it felt like more of the message of this being a channeled product. Like it was something that was very much divinely guided between the two of you to create, as opposed to something that was purely being thought of within your own brains, from this current life. It's like you were drawing from other lifetimes. Ooh, I wonder if that's a part of why you're receiving this message now. It's creating a stronger connection between this lifetime of yours and that lifetime of yours. That's really interesting. It's like I was not seeing you and this lifetime you as the same. I was seeing you as very different souls, is how it felt. Yeah, that's just bringing more of that individuality feeling of you can have a connection with them that feels like they're not even you, like they're entirely individual from you. So I wonder if not only do yes, this is what I'm being told a strong yes from this, or for this. Not only are they going to have messages for you within this lifetime, but this is a strong connection being created so that you can give them messages. There's something that you know that is more accepted within your mind than is accepted within theirs, that you can pass on to them which like secures that this is possible for them. It feels like a very pivotal moment, this connection you'll have with them, where they heard meditation for some, for most. It's pivotal for them because it's the moment where they really have an epiphany around this really being possible. It's because of how much it's ingrained within you that it is possible, that they have that inspiration and that, like, they feel that drive to create it, but it's like they feel you so strongly within this connection, this meditation, that, and this is you, when I say they, it's just a different version of you. I keep feeling like I'm holding a sphere. That could be to do with their creation, their product. I keep getting very scientist energy too. Their product. It will be to do with something that you're interested in this lifetime, but I'm being shown like it's something that you feel is not for you this lifetime. It's like you know that you have a strong connection to it somehow, but you've never been so interested to actually learn about it or look into it, or there's something about this isn't your area of expertise in this lifetime because you like it, you feel a strong magnetic draw to it, but it's like that not this time because it's this other lifetime of yours. Yeah, this feels like you hold the key to them. Again, I just being brought to that, like, sanity. You hold the key to their sanity. Because when they connect with you, they feel that. I keep being drawn to the heart. And I think this reading is why I brought green into this crystal outline. Because I was unsure about that. Well, I wasn't unsure, I was sure, but I was, I guess, intrigued as to why. Why the color green? Because white felt like it made sense to me, but green didn't. And I think that is the message you're bringing through to them, is it's through your heart. It's almost through your love of them, but maybe your love of this connection, the soul that you're asking about, the soul that this is a partnership with. Because I keep getting the image of you both being very, like, on equal terms within this partnership, but when I see you doing this, like, meditation or some sort of connection with them, it's like you're not doing it to both of them, but it's like through you doing it to just your past self, or the self within this lifetime that is of you, your soul. It's like an automatic link to the who you're asking about, the partner soul. Yes. I think that will depend, it will differ for all of you. Some of you, that is because they too, you and they in this past life had a very telepathic connection. But for a lot of you, it's just because they would have shared, they shared all their findings, you shared all your findings together. That feels like the most resonance. Yeah, it's giving me light bulb energy. You will be that light bulb for them. And it can feel so simple for you. You may even forget about it. But for this other lifetime, it's like that's the encouragement that they needed to carry on. And I want to go back to this message of the heart. It's because you have, like, the same heart, or you're the same soul. It's like that heart resonance is what gives them, it's like the encouragement. It's not the encouragement, it's like it's why they can trust you. That's what I want to say. It's why they can trust you, because I feel like they are very connected to lots of different sources. Like, they hear a lot. They have a lot of influence. And because of what you connect to them saying. It's because of the feeling. Why can't I say this? I heard you've already said it, move on. And now I'm seeing a star. Yeah, it's like that. I feel that is the message for you. This is going to feel so simple to you. It could even literally be a single thought or a single moment, a second. It can be a very deep connection, and you could speak to them a lot or do more specific divination. But I think for a lot of you, this is literally just the idea of connecting with them is all that was needed. Like, through me expressing all that I've been expressing, it's like you formed that link, and that was it. You may have had an image or a feeling, a knowing, and that was it. There's something about it's simple on your end, but it's like the thing that they will hold on to for their entire life. Your entire life within that connection. And it's like you, within this past life, you are what held, it's like you were the bark, you are what held this product intact, this project intact, held it together. The other soul you're asking about, it feels like they were willing to go with whatever you were going with. It's like they held very strong power within this, but if you were to buckle, they would buckle. Or if you stayed strong, they stayed strong. And I'm being brought to banana bread, but like a chewy outside of a banana bread. Maybe you ate banana bread during this lifetime. But it was about them, so something to do with their soul and banana bread may be significant. Maybe they just cooked a lot of banana bread. Okay. Loaves. Loafer. What are they called? Sofa. Settee. Couch. Potato. Skin. Again, there's something about like cycles, how I came back to that bark energy and skin and bark, skin, and what was the other one? Like the potato skin is what was brought to my attention. The bark of the tree was keeping it intact. And then their soul was like the banana bread chewy outside. What's that called? The outside? Or like the top? Okay, something about that. The top. This takes you both like a combination of far and high, but also very low and deep. Like, this lifetime of yours feels both invigorating and full of struggle. It feels like this product may be like sought by very influential subjects, is what I'm hearing. And yet they wouldn't have shared that. It's like the general public feel like, in most cases at least, you'll know if this resonates or not. The general public seem to really shun and look down on this as if it's ignorant. But there's a few like high buyers or high bidders that know the power of what you created. But it's like they don't want to express that, or it's like they make sure that you don't. I can see a lot of different trails of how this plays out, but either way, it feels like within a collection of your like closest past lives, I want to say, this feels like a significant one. Okay. That's what. So I was just asking in my head, so why is this past life being brought to our attention now? Like, does that have ways of how that is, those dynamics are being influenced in this life, but it's like, no, that was just that the reason was so that you could connect to them and give them that epiphany, which I feel a lot of you have already done. Okay. Not all. Is there anything else we want to say about this lifetime then? Or we could do another life. It just feels like that's kind of complete. Anything else? I haven't actually really talked about your connection with the one on your mind. We don't want to. Okay. Do you want to talk about anything else? Okay, there's messages for you now, but they're not to do with this past life I'm feeling. So that is that love energy. And blue avian. Yeah, this is calling you to feel into the truth of what is possible. But it's not even the truth of what's possible. So blue avian and Hedarians, this feels like a clear message of like this invention, and doesn't that feel similar? They feel similar to me. So blue avian feels like that is the logic, scientific creation part. It's like that's the idea that you had in this past life, and then or that you have in this life that you pass down. But no, it's like they already have the idea for it, but they want to know if it's possible or not. And the Hedarians just is making me think of your heart. So that's the message. I feel like it's so clear. I'm not sure if it's clear to you. What else can I say? That's what you're feeling, I think. You're feeling like, what else can I say? Like, is it clear to them? Like, have I done it yet? And the power is in your heart. It's the connection your mind already has. It's like them connecting just to you, any part of you. It doesn't have to be very specific. It's like they have the power on their end. It's like as soon as you extend that hand, they'll take that hand and then understand the entirety of your body through that hand. What's so to do with your heart then? I think it's having faith. This is a message to like have faith in the power of your heart. Because it's the heart that, it's like, yes, the blue avian, your mind, what you know is possible, logic, science, is what the actual key is. But in order for that key to be of any use, it's requiring that connection that you have with them, that heart feeling. The feeling of knowing one another. The feeling of extending your consciousness beyond this lifetime. I saw a teal colour pop up when I said that, so that could be significant for some. Or just that feeling wants to flow into this reading more. Or like flow into this reading with a consciousness, with an awareness. And that's what this is. It's like, yes, you already are connected. You are the same soul. And yet there's just bringing a little more awareness of that connection, and that is the key. Okay, that's it for your reading, Pile 2. It was a much shorter one, but a very cool message. I've enjoyed this. So I'll see you in another lifetime, or in another video, or in another time, space, whatever. Bye-bye. Where does he go? I need to take these up. Whew. How long was that one? Oh, not very long. Like 20 minutes, maybe? Welcome in, pal 3. The first energy I have for you is one of, I heard deceit. I wasn't trying to say that though. So deceit is a part of this past life with you and your connection, you and this soul that you're thinking of. The first thing I was actually trying to say was I was doing a little bit of sound therapy is what I heard. Okay, so sound therapy could be significant too. But what I really wanted to note was that I was putting my hand over my face and I was seeing this image of, it's like you were a being speaking secrets. But maybe it's like you spoke of this deceit. I'm seeing Egyptian energy now too. But it's almost like the flow of that energy as opposed to like this was a lifetime there. Like ancient Egypt. I feel like for a lot of you, you were very highly connected to secrets. The word secrets wants to come up a lot. Hidden secrets. Whoa, that's interesting. Not just secrets, but hidden secrets. There's such an energy of hiding, and the image I got of you was like you were wearing, like, I don't know what it is. It's like a cloth. It was like you were either like in very purpley or dark blue colors, and you had this cloth like over your mouth, and you were speaking kind of under it, I think, to someone. Sharing something. But it was hidden knowledge, or like it felt like you were an oracle and you had seen things, or you knew things. You knew something. Okay, let's do some drawing. I keep shaking my head and I'm in a, like, this is not good kind of vibe. Like I'm very serious, which is your energy within this past life. I'm getting a very child energy. I got the image of a, like, maybe 7-year-old. I'm not too sure on age, but a young child, young-ish child with blonde hair. But that it different now. I'm seeing like green beings. So, but that was a cool being. I've never seen one like that. It gave me like elf vibes, but also like water, and like they were almost slimy. But that's not all of you, or all of them, because that felt like it's like a youthful energy that the soul you're on about, the soul your connection this past life is to do with. They're younger. They're much younger, and you have a position of authority in some way, but it's like a hidden authority. They know more than they let on, and you can see this. It's like they saw, okay, yeah, it's like what they see. You're aware that they have visions in this past life, but it feels like something that maybe wouldn't have been fostered within them, like their circle. They feel like they come from a well-off family, and they're not supposed to be focused on these hidden areas of life, and yet they have a deep interest for it. And you two have a very strong soul connection that goes beyond just this lifetime and the current one. So it's like you had this shared love already, and then you both respect each other. And I think that is something that this child, they in this past life hadn't had a lot of experience with. This is making me want to cry. So I think this was a very you were very impactful on them on this in this lifetime, because they it's for many reasons that they weren't respected in other areas of life, or in every other encounter. They were seen as a child, but it's not just the child. That's only for some of you or some of them. that they weren't respected because of their age, so no one would take what they had to say in general. It's not just these visions. I think for a lot of them, they knew not to speak up on them. Yes, very clearly, they knew not to. And even with you, it's like they're still not supposed to tell you. And I don't think they do. A lot of them feel like they really are held back, but your eye contact, it's like you both know that they do see. Or it's like such a shared knowing, and that it's like, this is making me so emotional. I want to say it's like an energy of you saved them. Like saved them from a pit of despair. For some of you, it's like you were also the safe haven for them. Even though they weren't really supposed to be around you, there was like an okayness around like hanging out with you lightly. Like say this family of theirs, they knew what you really did. It feels like that's only a part of what you did, like maybe your more common role within, because this feels like there's a town or lots of other people around. It feels like you had a primary, it differs between the lifetime. Some of you were very known as being like a seer or an oracle or just a knower, like lots of books also, like just a lot of hidden things. 8th housey, very cool. Love it for you. But others, it's like their family knew that your day job, like say a shop owner, like a pastry maker, a baker, that was not your primary role. Like that was not why, like say a higher authority kept you around, kind of thing. Or that's not why you were where you were, or that's just not all there was to you. So it's like they like your soul connection now, this child, they could stay around you, but only on that, like you're just a baker kind of energy. You couldn't actually, I'm seeing some that differ from this, but for most of you it feels like you weren't able to talk with one another about this deeper subject. Hey, and I love that I'm simplifying this because I was seeing it much deeper before, but this looks like a spatula. So maybe baking really is significant for this lifetime. Maybe it's what you were baking too. Like maybe if some of you usually baked typical things, but then you had like a side or like under black market kind of vibes, under the counter transactions with other things you'd bake into whatever you're making too. Whatever it is, like I think you could probably hear me breathing a couple of times within your reading. I feel like it's a very intense energy. There's a lot of like pressure. There's a lot of you could die if you spoke on this kind of energy. And I feel like you holding a very grounded, like peaceful aura. I don't want to call it peaceful. I just want to say that it's like you were very respected. That they felt within this lifetime that I want to say it again, like they had something to live for, or that's not even what I was trying to say, but that came through. It's like they were very emotional. They felt such a strong connection with you, and it was both the light in their dark, but also they felt a lot of longing for more. Like they wished, for some of you this isn't even true because some of this lifetime you didn't have this other like primary business thing or primary role within the society. You were just known as the oracle and the seer, and some of you I even see like they could have been an apprentice, like it was very well known and accepted, and you would work together, and still you felt like a primary figure for them, and they had a lot of respect for you, and they still felt this sense of having home with you in some sort of way. But it's not like a strong sense of home, but it's just that soul connection of love that they feel like they can really open up with you, but not in like an emotional way. There still is like ways that you need to act, that kind of thing. I lost my train of thought. I think for some of you, this was a lifetime where one or both of you died because of these secrets. And I think that is part of what, like, I'm really wanting to cry, and like, this is really hard. This is really, really hard. Or for some of others of you, it's like you lost someone close because of this. I'm seeing a sister for some of you. You lost someone close to you, and or they even lost someone close to them. For them, I think for either of you, it could have been a younger sister that's sticking out to me. I just saw a medium, not medium, like middle brother too. Okay, so lots of different examples. I hope the ones that resonate pick out to you. You lost someone close to you, possibly. You'll know if it's if it resonates or not. But I think many of you lost someone close to you through connection to this, and that's what made it so much more like on edge, so much more pressured to hide it. It's like you were a healer, or it's something around like what you did provide is something that you are either so, or like not even providing. For some of you, it's just simple research. But for most of you, it feels like something you provide. Like at the very start of your beginning of your reading, I was putting my hand over my mouth and doing healing. So it's literally like, whether it was because of your intense passion for it, or because of how much you saw that it helped others, that you continued to do this. And it's like, oh, I feel this. A lot of you really wanted to take on this soul connection of yours, this child, and teach them. And for a lot of you, you did. You taught them, or you at least like allowed an open thread of encouragement. It's like with whether it was like on paper or with practice, with teaching, or just simply through looking at their eyes, you encouraged them to take on this pursuit of healing, or of like tending to the inner wounds, or tending, like, I heard that as both like of this society, but also of like particulars of individuals. It feels, regardless of if it's for individuals or like the planet for some, or other beings, it's like it did serve far more than just singular individuals. It was all about like the principle, I feel like, of having this passed down. It's kind of like you saw this as like a bubble, almost like this space in time. This is all the distortion and this sort of healing, this sort of work not being accepted. And you saw yourselves as like here or here, and this is a timeline. And you knew that, yeah, it would, this, what was accepted, this like magic, or this healing, or this prophesizing, this seeing in the dark, you knew that it would be hard to pass it on. But it's like you saw this bubble that society would eventually pass through, and so you wanted to keep this knowledge or this skill apparent, not just like because you saw how it lit up their connection, this child, but you wanted it to be able to flourish again once more. And this is like the future. This is like maybe where you're at. And you're connecting to them, like here. And them being younger than you, it's like, yes, they, within this lifetime, they continue to carry this trait with them. Again, it's split between those of you watching. Some of you both died together. But others of you, I'm also seeing like that they went on to become old and had their own way of passing it on. It feels like I'm not seeing any. I'm seeing different for everyone. Some of them were very much alone, and they didn't take on any like apprentices, or have a connection like you had with them, but then with another like younger, for example. But others of them, I see different examples. Like one is, there's even like an entire class. It's not like 30 children like is a class in these days, but I was seeing like 8 children-ish. Some of them aren't even physicalized, or they have very peculiar physical forms. Like that is not ordinary, like not peculiar to me now, but I mean peculiar for that time, that era, that society. Whew, okay, is that, I think that's it for that portion of the reading. Now we'll get some cards. Either way, I'm sure this would translate into a pretty intense connection between you both in this lifetime. You may even find like there's a certain what is that? A certain something, like a certain aura to sharing something beyond the norm. Like I'm getting an example of just when you're talking about someone else, but it's like you're talking about them in a way that is a little bit like behind their back vibes, not necessarily like in a negative way, but it's like secrets, that energy of secrets. When you share a secret, there might have like a lot of tension around that. It might have a very like passionate feeling too, and like you're each other's savior almost, or you're each other's safe place, or like it's a feeling of like only you and I know this, or like we can't tell others about this. There's something, there might be that aura. And this is giving some insight into why that might be. Yeah, I'm now noticing after it worked well this time, that's when I noticed and remembered that when I was shuffling before, it didn't work very well. So that made me immediately think of like this lifetime it can work well, but in that lifetime it didn't. But you're only really realizing that it is working well this lifetime when you compare it to lifetimes that were difficult, where you couldn't speak up on these kinds of things. It's like the energy of sharing for you too, but it's like not sharing just through eye contact. It's like when you get to actually like work together, or when you get to actually vocalize it, or even like talk about this in public, maybe that has like a certain excitement to it, or it has a certain like freedom to it. And this is why, because you didn't always have that freedom together. Like this isn't just talking about your past lives in general of maybe having that like hush hush energy, but this is the special connection that you have with them. It like exaggerates that feeling. So let's get them and then you for within this lifetime. I'm not sure if there's needed more. I feel like I've covered that part. I might do more like your connection now, but okay. For both of you, I want to know how this past life is still playing out. Like what part of them within that lifetime is very much being mirrored or being transferred into this lifetime for your connection, for them. The question doesn't, it came out when I was about to say the question doesn't really matter. So I guess I'll interpret it how I want to. Komako. That is a cat. Yeah, the in-between realms. Walking with spirit. Now I'm being drawn to transformation magic. There's a small message for some of you if you felt drawn to the pile before. Or no. What was pile 2? I can't remember what pile 2 was. One moment. No. If you were drawn to pile 1, there's a small message for that. There's something about that though, like skip 1 and go before. Skip 1 and go before. I think you had to speak in code a lot. Or maybe you did speak in code a lot. I'm being drawn to flower agate now too. I like saw an old this crystal. I saw it as an old flower agate crystal I used to have. I love that crystal. I felt very strong past lives with that crystal too. It's like I had so many crystals that I left at my old partner's house, but that one is like the only one that I actually regret. Actually, there's 2. One of them's my obsidian. But I kind of don't regret that because I want that to be with him, kind of. That goes with past life energy too. It's like the reason why I want that obsidian for him is because of our past life connection, or like the soul. It's just bringing me back to the soul. But the main message from that felt like, and this is to do with them and what's passed on. It's like you're still that one regret for them, or you're still that one that they can't have, maybe. Or I'm feeling so much smiling now. Or maybe this is drawing attention to why they feel so like satiated by your connection. Now it's like, oh my god, I can finally have them. In however your dynamic plays out, it's like there's no barrier this time. Or maybe they do feel a barrier. And that it's like, that's why it has not just emotion to do with the situation you're in now, but it's like it holds so much. I can't stop smiling. I feel like you're in a really good dynamic with them now. It's like you feel fluid. I can't get off this smiling energy. I can't tell if this is you in hearing me say this, or if this is their energy of like I feel like this is them because now I'm about to cry, and that was their energy that they had within this past life. It's like they just can't believe it. I think this is their energy, but you might feel a bit of this too. It's like I'm talking about them, but yeah, when I got into your energy, it's not the same. Okay, this is definitely them. Wow, they just can't stop smiling when they think of you, when they think of this connection. It's amazing. They literally get stopped in their tracks. This feels like it's like an intense sort of relief or release, like a feeling of the whole, like, it's the feeling of they were holding the entire past life of your connection. They were holding on to that feeling of dissonance throughout life until they met you. And when, whether this has happened yet or not, it's like when you two do, when there's harmony within your relationship, they feel like finally, like it's a release of an entire lifetime. Okay, let's continue on. And with Komako being a cat, they might feel like a pet to you. Like they might follow you around, or it's like their love for you is like they look up to you too. There's a sense of them feeling so lucky to be able to be around you. Oh my goodness, I love this. I keep getting for a lot of you, like, you're in a relationship with them. And that doesn't have to be romantic, though that is the image I get for a lot of you. This has such friendship energy too. Like, whether you're, like, even if you are romantic with them, there's such platonic love there also. I just get so giddy with them. Their energy is like, they feel like they're on cloud 9. Like, oh my god. Yeah, and like Komako being a cat, like 9 lives. The number 9 is like completion. It's like finally. They feel like finally I get my cake. My flower, my darling. I love this. Okay, so you, no, we don't want to do you yet. We want to get a card for them. Let's give you some visual, shall we? So them, the energy that is present within, yeah, it feels like, I guess I won't ask a question, but it just feels like the energy that is present within the past life and the current life. Oh no, it's not like that though. It's the feeling of, because of this life, now this is what they get to be. Polaris. Or Polarians. Okay, so I said Polaris. Something about the place instead of the being. Or the Komako cat having a home. I don't know Polarian energy enough, I feel. That's wrong. Okay. I'm being drawn, or like being asked to just allow myself to sit with it for a moment. They feel like they really want to give to you. It feels a lot of an energy of like thank you too. Like they want to give back to you because of like that feeling of you saved me in this past life. They might have a strong tie to you, like in that when they tie to you in particular in resonance with like spirituality or within healing gifts or the unknowns or unseens or secrets. It's like that hidden energy. They might associate it strongly with you, or it might give them I just got like a sexual energy, but it's just like an intensity. There's something, but it's like an invigorating intensity. I can't see how that plays out. I just got like a recommendation for some of you who resonate with this. Like, tell them a secret and see how they respond. Oh, I adore this connection. This would be the cutest relationship. It doesn't carry vibes of like cuteness, but it also I adore it. Okay, so how about you? How about you? Wow, you know where you stand. You flipped out, and you flipped out a bit early too. Minini. Oh, you love to observe them, don't you? You love watching this play out. At the back of the deck we have Weaver of Worlds. Oh, look! It's the channel name. It's my character. Weaver of Worlds. Okay. You're very knowing, aren't you? I feel like you feel... Ooh, you feel like you're both in and out with them. Like, you feel... It's like you're very invested, like passionately invested, but it's almost in a detached way. Like you're viewing them. Minini is a reporter, and Weaver of Worlds is the creator of this story. Creator slash writer in a way where it's like, yes, has influence in that she literally decides what happens, but it's also more like she doesn't really decide what happens. It's more like she understands what happens and is therefore the catalyst for it happening. It's kind of a play on like time and just existence as a whole. Like, are we really creators, or is everything already created? Kind of like that. At least that energy is coming through here of like Minini also being a reporter. Like, she's so a part of the creation process. I wasn't even trying to say that, but okay, this is for you. You're so a part of the creation process, and yet you're literally just observing. And that's how you felt like in this past life too. Like you were just watching them. Or there was when I was in the past life, I wasn't seeing... I'm only realizing this now. I wasn't seeing it from like a bird's eye view. I was seeing it from your view, or like just behind you. And a lot of purple, so much purple within your field is what I want to call it. I almost said what I want to call you. Are you a field? A field of purple? Okay, we'll get another card from here for you. For a visual. I'm seeing glasses. And would you look at that? It's ancient Egypt. Popping out. But it's like, he's not a main card, but it does want to be known. Like, kind of the energy at the start. It's like I wasn't seeing that this was happening in ancient Egypt for a lot of you. I don't think I fully expressed this part. Maybe I skipped over it. But what I was seeing was like you were connected to information, knowledge, wisdom from ancient Egypt, but you were elsewhere. Okay. So Willow also feels very, very not otherworldly, very wise to me. You may feel a strong connection to the element of water too, and that might have been because you dabbled in water magic in this past life, or that is something that I'm getting like ringing in my right ear from that, but it's a kind of gentle ringing. Like I almost didn't experience it, but I knew it was there. I did experience it, but it's like a kind of it's as if I heard it underwater. You may really resonate with being underwater. You may get messages come to you when you are maybe half immersed in water, or maybe fully. You receive so much information, it feels like. Minini being literally like a reporter, a journalist. It's like you have like pages upon pages of knowledge. And Willow feels like all those strands, yeah, it's like the hair of the willow tree, the leaves, the branches. It all holds... Oh, I'm seeing my hand as blue aura now. I can't continue my train of thought. But it's drawing me back to your own hair. You might feel a particular resonance with your hair, or you may gain messages when you're holding your hair, or the way you wear it, or disguise it is what I heard. The way you disguise your hair is important to you. and that is also to do with this past life. And I'm getting that image of baking again. I don't know what that's about. You may have a feeling like you have or know so much that you don't know what to do with it. Or maybe with this now information, you don't know what to do with it. I'm going to get I wanted to call them archangels. So working with archangels could be key to do with this past life of yours, or to do with this connection. It doesn't want to be shuffled. Something really doesn't want to be seen, but you already see it or you already saw it. And the first energy, like, didn't I say the word deception at the start of your reading? What's that about? What's this deception about? That's what I'll ask. I heard families, and then this kind of looks like it's saying emperor, but it's emergence. Yeah, it's the emperor. This connection of yours, they feel like they are emperor energy, but because of like something to do with them, possibly their body, or possibly I saw like families too. So because of their family in some way, shape, form, it causes them to be less than. It's like this energy of like Komoko. Komoko is the cat who can walk between worlds, let's say. It's not really in my story, but I'm just seeing that this time. Like cats have that intuition, have that vision. And I'm seeing that as being very linked to the willow. Like you have this too. But yours is the forefront, yours is the visual, yours is seen. Yours is tapped into, yours is known. But then it's like but that's blank for them. And what they have on the surface is Polarians, which feel more connected to the Menini, which of yours is the blank. It's like maybe you know all of this, but it's not written down. Like Menini is the reporter, so she doesn't actually tell anyone about it. But they have things written down, or like they pass on what they do know, but they don't pass on what they know about their intuition, or about the secrets, about the hidden realm, quote unquote hidden. So this deception energy, it's surrounding. I feel like in this lifetime maybe they don't say what they see because of their family, and that is tied in, or like society or family or both, because that's mirrored in that past life of that they literally had to hide it from their family. So they might have that same dynamic play out in this lifetime. And look, the back is discernment. The frequency of we don't need to read it, but the energy of discernment is one where you've got to watch your back. You have to watch out because there's something to be aware of. And it feels like they have this surrounding wisdom, surrounding the soul, surrounding mysteries, secret soul depth, surrounding depth. That's what I want to say. It's like they present a far more balanced, far more palatable character, and you present a very mystical, wise, knowing character. It's like you present yourself as a past life. Willow feels so tied into past lives. I think they're very afraid of dying. I think they're very afraid of how other people perceive secrets, perceive past lives and the other realms and wisdom, what they have to share, what they know, what they can tap into. And so maybe they don't tap into it as much. There might be a little message of also pointing out that you have all of this and you show all of it, but you don't express it. Like the Minini, the reporter, the one who speaks on it, that one is blank. But look at that crown also. How connected are you? Look at all the purple too. I'm also being drawn to the green of the layout and the willow tree being green. Green, and this feels like brown. Komoko is a like orange and white cat. That could be significant. And Minini wears light blue and is pale in colour. That might be it for your reading. Heart chakra. Yeah, it feels like... I feel like everything I described in the past life is that dynamic that plays out for you now. And that if you didn't make those links as I was speaking, maybe it was very apparent to you, but I wasn't making that while I was speaking, so maybe you weren't either. Maybe re-listening to that would bring more clarity as to the way your relationship works now and like why it does, or it's not. Is it why? Do we want to hone in on that? Transition. This maybe will help you let go of this connection if this isn't something that is, if this is like a struggle that's going on. If them not being tapped into, the color of purple, let's call it, is a problem for you, this will help you move on because it's understanding, like it's bringing that heart energy of compassion that you understand why they fear what they fear, or why they don't open up the way that you open up. I mean, you experienced that death too, possibly. Well, for some of you, not all of you died, but it just does feel like you didn't have that pressure of the family, like you weren't brought up in the same way. Yours felt like more of the like family of mystics. Like that one recommendation, that one example of your sister dying, that felt like the sister was also into the colour purple. There was just a sense of also, I don't know in what capacity, it's just you were more mature, like I was viewing you as much older. I guess the logic of it doesn't matter so much as that heart energy of understanding where their fears come from, like they're not for no reason, and that they, yes, play out from this lifetime and their family or their fears of society within this lifetime, but also seeing that actually had far more like roots within more tangible fears of survival. So the frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence, our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with grace and ease. I'm going to get a bit of tarot. Okay, so how is this in relation to this lifetime? Or are there any messages of guidance? Like, yeah, full stop. / question marks. For pile number 3s. This one. 9 of Swords. Fears. Deep fears. Because I keep getting like a feeling of detachment, like you're okay. And you were okay within this past life too. You're okay with this mysticism, but they're not. it brings them like not just a little fear, but like sleepless nights. Like it's very much ingrained within their body that this is something to not accept, that it's like it's spiraled out of control. It's, I don't want to say it quite like that. It's more like spiraled in, like the reason why they are so controlled is because they have like, it's like an internal spiral as opposed to like spiraling out. They feel, what is this card? 8 of Pentacles. They may be particularly focused on like tangibility, on work, on what you can do. 7 of Swords at the back. That deception energy. There's one more card that I can imagine would help. Maybe it's a bird card. Yes, it is. Okie dokie. Final piece to the puzzle. That may be how you're feeling. Especially with you coming out with the reporter energy. It's like you have a fascination in this. Like, what is this connection? So cold it. Coal. Something about like that essence of burning. I love cold it. Cold it is like my favorite. And I feel like you could feel this with them. Like, you may both feel like that too. Like you're each other's favorites. Black, red start. Like a dead, passionate beginning. But I'm also seeing that like restart. But black. Like it's on death. It's okay. Let me sit with this for a moment. You know what? I'll get an energy of, not an energy of. Okay, that's guidance for me not to get a card that I was trying to get, but to sit with the energy of it instead. That might be how you're feeling actually. You might feel like you're trying to, and I think this is what they're doing too. Trying to find the solution as opposed to letting it come to you, instead of breathing in the truth. Breathing in the solution. I'm getting an energy from them like they're about to hop down, like they're ready. Because it's also down, like down into like mystery, like the darkness, like they're about to hop down into the darkness, but also it's pointing towards you. I feel like with that energy of you being the elder also, and it's like kind of feeling like they are the one with the struggle. Because you've either processed this struggle or there wasn't such an intense struggle for you. That's what I was picking up within the past life too. Like you were kind of okay. Like you were holding a lot of burden, but you were capable at this point where you could hold all of that. It feels like they were the one that hadn't processed their struggles. Like they had a lot of different pressures. I'm getting that like sort of ringing in my right ear again. It feels like they're about to, sorry, let me repeat or restart. Yeah, let me restart. And with that energy of black, red start, you might have got off on the wrong foot with them because of their fears and because of their focus on the practicality. But I'm also seeing this like they have had immense fears surrounding this, but they've worked on it, or they are working on it. Whoa, look at that. It looks like a being. The tree is, oh yeah, the tree is like multiple beings. And what I was going to say was you are the tree. Yeah, you're the alive. You're what is holding together all of their work. Not holding it together, but it's like you're what their work bounced off of. Or why they did this work, because they feel that connection with you. I saw like they want to be taken care of by you. That's not for everyone though, it felt like. And I got kind of confirmation when I hit the, and maybe even because it's hitting the 7 of Swords, maybe some of you want to just be aware of that they might want to be taken care of by you, like in this previous past life, instead of, if you're wanting more of a like eye to eye instead of like elder and younger relationship dynamic. Where was I going? Yeah, it feels like you hold this energy even now of being grounded in your place, of observing them, not getting too entangled with them or with what they're going through. It's like you're in your own lane. Because you recognize that it's them that has to make the leap, or they're the one that has to do the jump. Because when I was tapping into their energy and questioning, is that you, like laughing and not laughing, but smiling so much? Then when I tapped into your energy to question, like, oh, so is it you or is it just them? When I tapped into your energy, it was this deep purple, but it was very serious, and it was like, you know where you're at, and it feels more opposed to them. Well, it's not an opposition. I don't want to say it like that. It's just very much in your own lane. In your own lane from a like higher vantage point of watching them. You're just watching them. I want to maybe take away all the other adjectives I said. You're observing. Because with all this of how seeing you are, it's like, yes, you saw their struggle. You saw the mental unease that they've been in. But I think then you also do see the work that they're doing. They want to change this mindset that they have. And they are. Or they have been. Or they will be. And yeah, this cult hit just feels like it's perched, it's pointing in your direction, and it's pointing to the depth of connection too. And also kind of at the emergence card, like emerging. They feel ready. They what is another like present energy of them? Because I felt like lots of you were already in a very healthy relationship with them, but is there maybe like a conflict that happened recently that could be it for a lot of you? I think the relationship varies a lot too. Their intentions aren't necessarily pure at this time. That's how it's feeling. You know what it is? I think it's like they don't how is that showing? Yeah, that's fine like that. Where else are they at now? What I was going to say was they want to rush to you and they don't want to do this work. It's like I'm seeing him kind of looking angrily at this 8 of Pentacles. But I want a confirmation on the 8 of Pentacles. Is this like is this to do with the 9 of Swords, or is this like they're just focused on work in general? I think it's more they're focused on work in general. I may have I may have misread a bit of your reading. So, because the Sun is making me think like their entire life or their personality, it's making me feel like, and it also, but it's looking towards the 9. It's just making me think of like It's their entire life. They're focused on... Give me confirmation on this, please. Actually, it's not on that I want confirmation on. I want continued presence, or like maybe a bit of guidance surrounding what to do around this connection, this dynamic. 10 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles. Focus on work. I feel like if the 8 of Pentacles from over here could have popped out, it would have, but this is like a combination. And at the back we have Queen of Swords, Hermit, and Knight of Wands. This is like just a confirmation that what you are doing is right. It's like, yes, they are looking to you. Yes, they're working towards you or surrounding your energy. It's like they're definitely holding on to your energy in some way, but there's a lot of baggage they're clearing, or a lot of... they're not approaching the situation with clear intentions, because it's like they're trying to jump over their fears as opposed to through them. That's their current energy, at least. Doesn't have to stay like that. Queen of Swords, yeah, have discernment, and Hermit, probably stay in your own lane and use the wisdom that you have. Mind, like, rationally viewing the situation objectively. It's all that energy that you've already been having. 10 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles. It makes me think of your future, where you're going. Focus on... it is also giving me your passion, what you're creating. Focus on your creation. Ace of Wands and the Hierophant. It's also giving me vibes of like... this wisdom in reverse. It's like possibly sharing all of this that you do know, like having that be more tangible, having that be more accessible. 10 of Pentacles is like legacy. So it's like making all of this that you see and know available to others, collaborating with others. But that doesn't have to be like... I'm seeing this 3 of Pentacles more like the collaboration of souls, where... I guess that doesn't want to come through. It's bringing more of your awareness to how wise of a soul you were during this time, and the... like that's what this is. It's like bringing the wisdom from that era, from bringing inspiration from what you knew back then into this present life. It's like a collaboration of this you, of this old you into present you. It's kind of like if you were at pile 2, it's like a flipped version. Pile 2 was like this you was helping that past life you, but this is a little message of using past life you to help this you. Like draw from all of this wisdom that you know. It's like remember all that you know. Remember that place of like mystic authority that you are, that you have, that you hold. Remember the way that they looked at you, and know that you can continue to do that and have so many others look to you in this guiding light too, in this lifetime. Yeah, just as that lifetime had a strong effect on them and the relationship you and they have in this lifetime, you can continue to create new bonds and new ongoing relationships for future lives. I just heard this was not the only lifetime where you were wise. And this current one will not be the only or second lifetime where you are wise again. You have much to create and much to share. It's more of a, what is it? Ace of Swords. You have much to create and much to, I had like much groundwork to play with. It's kind of like, you feel like you have so much wisdom in the other worlds or in this purple color that you could choose to work off it from many, many different angles. So which way do you want to work with it? Yeah, it feels like there needs to be no focus on them. But you can also know that as you look forwards, they are also looking forwards. They're just not in that like forwards having looked place. Yes? Question mark? Yes. Yeah, no more wants to come out. That's really interesting. I just saw the back of the deck. Oh, also moon. The moon hasn't come out for me for ages. Secrets. Literally, it's the most this pile card possible. Oh, so intuitive, so see. That card is so much more dark than I remember it being. I swear I've moved timelines. This was not this color before. It's black. Since when was this black? I saw this Four of Cups as the Ace of Cups. Like I 100% saw it as Ace of Cups. And then as soon as I got the moon back out, I saw it, I was going to say it changed too, but I saw the truth of it as being Four of Cups. And the Lovers beneath that. When I was, just as I was thinking, this could be how you are perceiving them, like you're perceiving them as the Ace of Cups, like having potential with them, but they're far more in their fears and not in a healthy mental space themselves or healthy approach to you. Like, so it's actually more of a dissatisfaction with love, with the lovers, with love, with this connection, than it is of potential, like you were seeing. It's like when the truth comes out, which is the moon, which can be this reading, when you acknowledge the truth of where they're really at and that they're focused on the tangible. Or that they're just not, they're that child. Seeing more of the truth of them might have you view the potential for this connection as less than. Four of Cups is not being fulfilled by that which you're experiencing. I want a sort of, yeah, Ace of Pentacles. I feel like they're being asked to focus on their internal world and they're focusing on the external world, and you're so easily focused on the internal world, and you're being asked to, but actually it's coming out in your like present also that you are focused on the external world. And it's like there's so much potential to be created physically, so many like this would be such a great time for new projects, new new pursuits, or continuing old ones. Holding your own. Fly, fly as you will. Yeah, I'd just say the main guidance for you is to not give to that which isn't giving back. For a few of you, some of you may really value a specific kind of communication. It may have to do with, I heard the sacral chakra, okay. I was trying to say this purple energy. Passionate communication. And it feels like with their 9 of Swords, they wouldn't be able to offer that. And Queen of Swords that popped out also to do with you. I want to say there's fire waiting in the wings. So pursue it. Your own fire. It doesn't feel like your own fire. Ah, rest. Rest, dear child. 2 of Swords, but in reverse. 2 of Swords in reverse is an interesting card. I'm not sure how I might interpret that in this reading. But I like it. I really, really like it. You know what it is? It's like, don't make a decision. It's a feeling of like, it's also a feeling of like, you're not even torn between the head and the heart. You're not feeling torn. You know exactly where you stand. Yeah, that's the energy. You know exactly where you stand, and that's with a sense of peace in the presence. You're enjoying where you're at. Ho ho ho. Yeah. And because you're enjoying where you're at, there's like a... like that's the King of Cups feeling of... and water horse. They're called water horses, right? Seahorse. Seahorse! Haha! First time for me to remember that name in a reading, I swear. A seahorse. Yeah, first time for me to remember that name in a reading, I swear. That feels like you're remembering yourself. Or maybe this is the first time you'll experience either this connection if you're already in partnership with them, or a new connection where you hold your own and experience the depth of emotion with them as yourself. That came over, and King of Pentacles too. A secure, steady relationship. So so on your horizon feels like, I'm seeing the word prosperity, and I'm seeing it trickle out into basically every area of life. Whoa, and I'm getting ringing in my ear from that. That's cool. And yeah, 10 of Pentacles is a foundational energy. It's very powerful. It's completely secure and long lasting. It's like within this energy of security that you have, you're able to build whatever you want. And that's that energy again of what I was saying with like, you have the entire color purple, that's your groundwork. So which avenue do you want to take within it? 3 of Cups wants to pop out again. Play. You're in such an energy of enjoyment, of allowing life to take you exactly where you want to go. Yeah. So that is your past life connection with them. I hope it's brought clarity to your current connection with them. I'm getting a little ringing in my ear now too, but it's more of that buzzed one. And it feels like this is allowing you to really see, like, this as a mirror, see who you really are. The truth of who you are. The truth of your soul's... Oh, interesting, I wanted to say soul then. Your soul's wisdom, your soul's grandness. I think there's a lot of like reclaiming your own majesty, like that you are looked up to. And maybe that for some of you is what allows you to let go of them, because it allows you to see them more as looking up to you or down to you in this call one. There's definitely a sense of they want what you want. And I think maybe this has helped you recognize that they don't maybe have something that you want, but what they do have that you want is that reflection of who you are, who you feel yourself to truly be. The energy that you want to hold or want to embody more, like vitality with, want to embody more, full stop. I think they have really helped. I think you've both helped shape each other in some way. I think the way you're directing that is in that sense of leadership, that sense of guide. I heard it is an honor to be your guide. Aww. I love that. I'm going to leave you with this moon card. Moon, look at him. And look, that heart being held up on the hand. That feels so significant, but I'm not going to elaborate on it. And it's connected to the mushrooms, like the abundant mushrooms all around. And perhaps the death of the trees. And maybe what allows the moon to be so illuminated. Or at least a hologram of the moon, or one perspective of the moon. Okay, I wanted to say more about like wildlife then too, but I'm gonna leave your reading there. Pile number 3. I enjoyed your reading. I'll see you in another if I see you in another, and I won't see you in another if I don't, but I probably will, so see ya.